I think that Aleister Black is going to go to be a part of the Judgment Day when he returns to WWE, and this is why. I'm Haley. Haley Rumbles. Every year after WrestleMania, the draft happens, and when that draft happens, they move different factions and different wrestlers from Raw to SmackDown, SmackDown to Raw. They move people up from NXT. I think that they're going to move the Judgment Day to SmackDown to kind of give them a fresh start, because I think that what's going to happen between now and WrestleMania is that Finn is going to no longer be a part of the faction. I don't know if that means that they just turn on him. I don't know if that means he leaves on his own, but I think that they're going to have JD McDonough come back to Finn no longer being a part of the Judgment Day and him kind of almost being like, oh, what happened to my family, like broken family type of story, because I think that they're going to turn JD face when he comes back as well. To hit your arm. This all is going to make sense in a minute. When that happens, I think usually the draft happens like a couple weeks after Mania, but I think that they're going to move them early before the draft and announce it the Raw after Mania, or like I said, the SmackDown after Mania, and I think they're going to announce it and just like show them in like a backstage segment. And I think that during that time, Aleister Black, which I read on dirt sheets, again, maybe if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but from what I've read, he's supposed to return that Friday after Mania. Now, at first I was like, he doesn't need that, like he just got out of the House of Black segment, yada yada, but this could be a good thing, because I don't necessarily think that the WWE did right by him the first time he was with the company. And I don't think that the House of Black and you know, Malachi Black is what his name was over there, I don't think that he got as much, I guess, recognition as he should have in AEW either. Oh my god! He is a very good technical wrestler, and I don't think that he's had the opportunity to showcase everything that he can do. And everything we've seen so far has been amazing, don't get me wrong, but I think that there's opportunity for him to be one of the main guys in the company. And so what I'm hoping happens is that even if he does not last with the Judgment Day for a long time, he could come to SmackDown, come to SmackDown, join the Judgment Day, like their leader in a way, and whatever drama there is, it would lead to probably some type of fighting between, I'd assume, Finn and Aleister, which I feel like that would be a really good feud. It would give Finn kind of something new to do that doesn't involve Damian or the usual. It gives Aleister camera time, it gives him exposure, it gives people who aren't familiar with his work prior and were not familiar with his work in AEW, it gives them a chance to see what he's able to do. And I feel like it puts him on the path to rising as a star in the WWE. He doesn't have to stay with the Judgment Day for a while. I'm hoping that that faction as a whole kind of disintegrates, if you will. I think we've had enough of it, but I do think that that will give him the push that he needs to become one of the stars of SmackDown, if you will, because I believe that's the brand he's going to. I'm almost positive, unless something changes between now and then. You never know, things change all the time.
Then all the rest are quite old-fashioned, where I had sometimes played chess.
But I do think that, you know, I was, you know, free down from the Judgment Day. I say that all the time, you know, ready for this whole saga to end. But I do think that it gives, if they do go this route, it gives Aleister Malachi, if you will. It gives him the exposure that he needs. I mean, I think that he'll get a pop regardless, kind of like how Penta did, because he is a known wrestler. I mean, I think Penta got a really big pop just because of his work in, you know, the lucha scene and what have you, but Aleister not only is really good in the ring and has like a background in martial arts, but he does have that spooky vibe, and they have Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw, so I don't think they need another spooky guy on Monday Night Raw, if you will. But if they bring him to SmackDown, like I said, he does fit the vibe with the Judgment Day. He doesn't have to be in the faction for long. It'll open up opportunities for him, matches for him. I mean, if Finn ends up taking a title by then, which I don't think he will, but if he
just stumbled his way out of the turntables,
he does for some weird reason, that could lead into a title match. It could, you know, I just feel like there's a lot of opportunities for him if he goes that route. I don't really know, but I brought this up on my podcast and said, what if, you know, this is the route they go? And everyone was like, oh, I never thought of that. Like, it just would give him exposure that he needs until he becomes a little more popular in the WWE. Even though if you're a WWE fan and you've been watching for more than just this year, you probably already know who Aleister Black is. And if you followed him to AEW, you would know Malachi Black was in the House of Black. But if you're not familiar, this definitely would set the vibe and put more eyes on him.
I just hope everyone has fun.
Let's face it, whether you like the Judgment Day or you don't like them, they do bring viewers in during their segments.
Calling that shit? Who's calling that shit?
Morgan is one of the most popular women in WWE right now. Dirty Dom is probably one of the best heels they have. Their story is huge. It brings an opportunity for them to be seen, and I do think that it would be a nice change of events to see like Liv and Raquel also go to SmackDown. I think they need to switch up the women's roster in general from Raw to SmackDown, kind of give it a little facelift. So I just feel like it kind of leads to putting a lot of things in place. Who knows? That might not happen, but that is just a theory that I have.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
I just think that that would be a good way to end the WrestleMania season prior to Backlash and give them all an opportunity to shine. What does that mean in the meantime? I don't know. I guess we find out this week. Braun and Finn are supposed to have a match, so I guess we'll find out, but I would say that Finn Balor's days in the Judgment Day are limited. They are limited. That is part 1 of my series of my predictions for after WrestleMania, if my predictions for WrestleMania come true. If that makes sense. Kind of rambling. That is all. Thank you for stopping by.